Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's morning report on Monday, the 26th of October, with me, Rich Pro Market Analyst at Hantech Markets. European trading sessions, a bit of a mixed start actually. Not too much direction we've got in the markets today. I mean, there was a rate cut by the PBOC, People's Bank of China, on Friday, which certainly drove equity markets strongly higher. Wall Street closed nicely, up 1.1%, but the Asian markets overnight didn't really get too much carryover from that, and there's sort of been a bit of a consolidation, I think you'd probably say, today. The strong dollar moves that we saw on Thursday and Friday from the ECB and PBOC meeting have also started to unwind just very slightly, not too much. Very slight pullback on that dollar index chart there, but nothing too significant. And the Treasury yields are slightly sort of flat really, and also that was the 10-year and that's the 2-year, so nothing too much in terms of direction. In terms of the oil price as well, fairly sort of stable, starting to try and build a bit of support, although certainly you would argue that the continued sort of lower highs, lower lows in the past sort of 2-3 weeks on the oil price suggests that we're putting pressure back towards these key supports. But generally speaking, the market sentiment is pretty positive still. You've got the VIX volatility, which continues to sort of just come back towards more normal levels, well below that 20 mark now. So in terms of the economic data that we've got today, we've had the German IFO data out, which was slightly better than expected. Nothing too significant in terms of impact on the euro, but the housing data for the US new home sales is out at 2 o'clock today. Don't forget the changing of the clocks in European countries. The US hasn't changed yet, so that's 2 o'clock. Their data out is at 2 o'clock today for new home sales. Slightly less on the new home sales figures, 0.4% negative for that number at 3 o'clock. But generally speaking, I think the market could well be now just starting to look towards the Fed meeting on Wednesday, which is certainly the major event of the week. Okay, so what are we looking out for the chart of the day? Well, I've looked at silver today because we had this sort of consolidation in silver over the past 2 or 3 weeks. But you'll notice that anyone who watches gold has been sliding through the last sort of week or so. And it's coming back, and it's actually now back below the 1170 level. And I was saying previously that 1170 on gold sort of equated to the sort of 1550 area on silver. 1550 being a big sort of breakout level, you would argue, on silver. The old support became new resistance, and now is becoming supportive again. Now, the issue I've got is these momentum indicators, which are just beginning to roll over again. Look at those stochastics. They have confirmed a near-term sort of corrective signal, sell signal. You've got the MACD lines, which are crossing lower. RSI sort of sliding as well. So you'd argue that maybe the momentum is being questioned in the very least, I think, in this move. I think also we had this sort of candlestick on Friday, which tried to sort of engage a bullish candle, but then sharply corrected intraday to close with a bit of a doji. So that's left a minor near-term resistance, you would argue, at 1607, and that certainly now protects that 16. Sorry, my eyes are really bad. 1618 level from a couple of weeks ago. And this deteriorating momentum could just suggest that we're going to be testing the lows of this sort of 2-3 week trading range, and also that would be the 1550 level as well. So you've got the initial support that comes in at 1560 area, 1568, and that sort of protects that 1550 level. But as I said, this sort of deteriorating momentum could suggest that we're sort of maybe coming towards a little drift back towards the lows of this consolidation. Here we go on the hourly chart. You've not got too bad really. You're sort of looking more sort of range bound still. You've got these momentum indicators which are still sort of suggesting you're within this range. So maybe use a little rally towards that, maybe 70 point as a chance to sort of play this range near term. But as I said, I think the moves on the momentum indicators on that daily chart maybe just suggests that we're going to be drifting back towards the lows of this band once again. So you've got that resistance in place, and if you maybe start to see the RSI towards 70 on the hourly chart, then maybe that is another chance to sort of drift back towards the lows of the band again. But it's interesting that gold is still, broadly speaking, on the slide, whereas silver is actually holding up fairly well. So read into that what you will, but certainly at the moment silver is fairly range bound, and it looks to maybe continue, but these momentum indicators could suggest a test of the lower the range could be coming up once again soon. So I wish you good luck in your trading on silver, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.